Okay, so here's Midnight Haven, or the old LA Cafe. Now, last night I was walking down this street after leaving LA Cafe. So I'm walking down the street here and I get to a location that's up there and an incident happened. Now, you can see that during the daytime this place looks quite easy to navigate. There's lots of light, there's people walking around, it's quite busy. There's nothing too much to worry about, right? But at night, there's a lot of places where, doorways and, recesses and things like that, where people can be sitting and you wouldn't even know. And as you can see, this is concerning in terms of locations where people could be hiding or hanging around. You're probably better off not walking along the sidewalk here, just walk out on the road a little bit. It's okay when you've got, shops like these open, no problem, but as the night wears on, less and less people, the shopkeepers tucked inside. You've got these places over here that really are out of action at the moment. You've got to be really, really aware of yourself and what's going on, right? There's lots of people living in poverty around here, and they can come out of all sorts of places. Just got to be really careful. So, this is Del Pilar Street, and Midnight Haven LA Cafe is down there. Now, I've just come out of LA Cafe, and I'm walking along here. I'll just flip the camera around for a sec. I'm walking along this strip here, right? And as you can see, it's fairly quiet. Look, there are shops open here. There's a restaurant open here. Someone doing something that shouldn't be there. And I'm walking down the street, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm walking down here. I'm on that side of the road. So this kid comes up behind me. Now, when I say kid, he'd probably be 13, 14, right? He's come up behind me. He's got his hands arranged inside his sweatshirt, like a pullover of some description, and he's holding out the sweatshirt with his hands in it. Now, what I later realised he's doing, he's got one hand out there pretending to be two hands, and the other hand is free-flowing around his waistline. As soon as he came up to me, he had this look in his eye, and I said, no, because he was begging, right? And he kept getting closer, and I said, get away from me. And he says, this. And so I had to manhandle this. I put my hand on him and I pushed him. I said, get away from me. And he said, no touch. I said, just keep away from me. Anyway, he made another move towards me and got near me. And at that stage, I was about to push him a little bit firmer. And this guy rides up on this bike out of nowhere and goes, oi, check your pockets. Whoa. And I've gone, and this kid takes off, and this guy rides off after him. He's going, oi, as he's riding off after him. And I checked my pockets, my wallet was still there. Everything I thought I had on me is on me, right? And so then I get to the intersection, the guy goes, have you got everything on you? And I says, yeah, mate, everything's okay, don't worry. I glance down and I see the magazines on his belt. And I go, you're a cop? And he goes, yes. And I go, oh man, thank you so much. And he goes, be careful here. Put all your valuables very securely and watch yourself when you're walking down these streets. They will take things from you. And I said, no problem, mate, I understand, thank you very much. And off he rode. He came out of nowhere, that guy, and it was just so nice to see a Filipino cop come out of nowhere protecting a foreigner like that. if it hadn't have been me, if it had been another fellow, he could have easily been manipulated. But this kid took off like lightning, and this cop was onto him after on his bike. But then the kid disappeared in the traffic. Cop looked back to see that I was all right. So what an experience, eh? What an experience. So look, I've heard a lot of stories about people being knocked off here. I say knocked off, being ripped off, right? Beaten up, whatever, over the years on this particular strip. So I'm generally on full alert as I'm walking around. I will say on this occasion I was quite relaxed because I was looking for directions on my phone to where I was going, and it was quite quiet and calm, and there were people around, right? So I didn't give it another thought. The other thing that sort of let me say, what could I say? The other thing that put me at ease was the fact that it was just another beggar, right? It wasn't just another beggar. This kid was definitely trying to get into my pockets, and I had a feeling that something wasn't right. But on top of that, it was just his aggressiveness towards me, like his movement towards me was quite, assertive, and he was, come on, and not like many of the other beggars that stand back away from you. So, if people get too close, they get into your personal space, or, I don't know, call it your red zone. Move them on. So, point of this particular video is to just make people aware that this street is notorious for it, right? So lots of little hiding places and stuff where people can, hide behind things and whatever, and they're just waiting for tanked up people like me to walk out, and they'll take advantage of us, right? So for me, I've had many comments on my channel from subscribers, and I want to call them out now and say thank you for your genuine expression of concern and advice, helpful information and tips, and that you've not just posted it for me but also for others to see as well, right? Around this particular area being a at-risk area. One guy posted, I got mugged there, and others have posted, be careful, and others, I heard this, I heard that. So, and going into LA, I've spoken to a few foreigners in there who are locals, and they say, yeah, it happens all the time. Now, I just want to say thank you to those people that have called that out. But for me, I think I was a little too relaxed last night. Now, why did that happen? That happened because I walked that street quite a lot. I'm walking in the daytime, walking at night time, I love the area. And I love the area for all sorts of reasons, right? And it's just a real cultural immersion, and there's always something going on here, right? It's just a great place to be, right? Not to mention the scene that's going on here is pretty cool as well. So I think over time you start to get complacent. Why did I become complacent? And I think I became complacent because I'm walking around the area too much, right? I'm constantly immersed in the area, and people are talking to me, and some people know me, and they're saying hello, and they're talking to me by name, and that type of thing, and it just makes you relax, right? In terms of you lose your risk awareness, and when that happens, you are seriously at risk. So it was a great reminder for me to be on alert, and not just in that area, in all the areas, right? You're a walking signpost. That's probably the way I could put it for criminal activity, right? They see a foreigner, they think, foreigner, he's got a wallet, he's got money, he's got a phone, whatever, right? So I think you've really got to keep reminding yourself of that. And, for me, that incident last night is going to help me recondition myself back to those principles. But more importantly, I've got to remind myself that I can slip back quite easily and forget that, you know, I'm in a place that it's not my own country, and you never know what's around the corner, right? So, yeah, a bit of advice from people. Maintain your risk awareness. I'm posting this for that reason, but also to highlight that that particular area is known for it. People are talking about it, and bingo, it nearly happened to me last night. So thanks to the cop that actually pulled up on the scene, I'll write a note to the Filipino Police Department about that, because I think that's commendable that they were there preventing an incident rather than, you know, taking a report of an incident. So good job, guys. All right, that's it for me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and until my next video, see you soon. Thank you. Take care.